Pam, you're on the air.
Morning, Patty, and it's beautiful to see the sunshine.
It is.
Finally, for the month that we've just had. But I certainly wanted to call in and throw my support and add my voice to what we're seeing with fishery here in our province this season. And I mean, it's to say it's devastating is an understatement. I mean, as we know, and I mean, and as you know, we all know, it has a direct impact on our local economy down the line. So, I mean, I know I have a lot of harvesters here in my district. I mean, Harbour Grace-Port de Grave, we're known for the fishing activity here. So, I'm calling on the FFAW as well as the ASP, so let's get to the table, get a deal. I mean, time is of the essence here.
Yeah, you called, and I think you said call in support of. What exactly are you supporting?
Well, I'd like to see them, get an arrangement, come to an agreement to get out there. We know harvesters want to get out. We're seeing, the blockades happening. We know some harvesters want to go, but as you know, until an official deal has been reached, I guess for everyone, that's not going to happen. I mean, it's taken a top priority in the House of Assembly, as you know, day after day within our question period, and it's about time. I mean, we all want to see harvesters on the water, so let's find a formula. Let's find that works for everyone, so we can get out and get this fishery off the ground, or literally under the water.
If the harvesters are saying they do not want to, or well, I guess the solidarity of the union are saying that they don't want to fish and they will not fish at $2.20 a pound, we know that's not true right across the board. Some harvesters have actually tried to go or have been blocked from going. But if the association has been quite clear, and it doesn't look like the market's going to reflect any higher price, where do you think this actually lands? There's some suggestion that the government requires some more or additional government involvement. I don't even know what that really means, but what role do you think government plays there?
Well, as we know, and the Premier's been clear on it, as well as our Fisheries Minister, Derek Bragg. I mean, I know just from my conversations with them, they are on the clock, on the phone, around the clock, working with both parties to try to find a resolution. Again, but I guess it's going to come to an agreement, that magic agreement that they're both going to, that all parties are going to agree to. But I mean, I'm getting calls from constituents here. It doesn't just affect the harvesters. We know, Patty, we got plant workers here that are also impacted, and as well as all the other local businesses that rely, indirectly on this activity, this economic activity. So, I mean, it is sad to see. We know the month is slipping away. Last year, it was a different story. And we know that every year when it's time to go fishing, it's like this. It's very contentious. Sometimes last year we didn't hear these problems. Everybody seemed to be happy. It was a lucrative year. But now this year, of course, it's the opposite. But we also know that the world markets are also playing a role here directly, as well as what's happening in the activity in Russia. I mean, it's my understanding that China, they're getting the product from Russia. Or that's certainly, and as we know, this is having a direct trickle effect right here in our own backyard, Newfoundland and Labrador. But I really hope that parties can agree to get out and get this off the ground.
Yeah, I think the Japan issue, probably represents maybe 5 to possibly 10% of the catch. So we really are talking primarily about the white tablecloths in the United States. And I try to follow the market and understand the index applied. And for the life of me, I don't see things improving on price. So I don't know what that means for this ongoing standoff. But it certainly isn't going to be helpful. If the market softens one more bit, and the ASP, who have now found themselves wanting to, and yesterday on this program, putting it all on the table publicly, then we might have a standoff where people are going to be willing to bite the bullet and see this entire season not be executed in part or in full, which is going to be devastating. Greg Purdy's not wrong when he says this is an economic bombshell, because it absolutely is, regardless if we're talking about $7.15 a pound or $2.20 a pound.
Absolutely. I mean, and I don't envy any of the positions that these people find themselves in this season. But hopefully, like you said, it's certainly going to be devastating if we can't get this season off. And on that note, too, I also want to send condolences, of course, and to the family of Gus Etchegaray, and certainly recognize the contribution that he has made to our Newfoundland Labrador fishery. He was also recognized in the House of Assembly this week in a member statement, but certainly want to send my condolences out to his family and loved ones, and to also send a big thanks for the contribution that he has made. But if I could, Patty, I know you've got a lineup here today, and it's come on with a Friday, as you say, but I also want to make a little announcement as well about our road work. I get a lot of constituents calling about the roads here, of course, in Harbour Grace-Port de Grave. But I'm happy to say that this year we're going to be getting the whole Route 70 through Bay Roberts, our business district, going to be paved from the LT Stick Drive area. right up and through and including up to Water Street there by Jungle Gyms, as well as we're going to have paving and repairs on the Port of Grace Peninsula, because those roads certainly take a beating in the in the fishery every summer from all that activity. But again, unfortunately, we're not seeing that this time around so far. But I simply just wanted to add my voice and just say, there's a lot on the line here. There are so many people impacted. I'm getting calls daily. We're hearing it in the House Assembly. And I think everybody, we're all on the same page that we want to see this fishery off the ground for 2023.
Appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye. That's Pam Parsons. She's the Liberal member for Harbour Grace-Port de Grave. And of course,